Hi, this is Janet Wakeland with RemarkablyCreated.com and the Remarkable Stampers. In today's edition of My Digital Studio Monday, I'm going to show you how I created my version of a digital punch art elf. We used this for our retreat this weekend, and I'll show you all of the different images, projects that we used him for. And then I'm going to show you a couple of fun little tips that are new to My Digital Studio 2 as we do this. There is a PDF available that you'll be able to download that has the different images that you see on the screen and an elf, as well as a list of the supplies that I used. So I did start with the ornament punch, and then I have two white circles that are his eyes. Let me figure out where the other one is. There it is. I shouldn't have moved it off the screen. The word window punch was the brow of his hat. The triangle from Anchors Away, and we have different triangles in different versions, different pennants, and let me just move that down for just a second. The little bell from the Jolly Jingle Bits is what I put on the end of his little stocking cap. We have the brad that is going to anchor that together to give it a little bit more depth. A couple little bit more circles just to add a little bit of interest to his eyes, just like that. We have his little pink nose, and his eyes are a little lopsided. He looks a little goofy this morning, but we've got his little nose. His ears are from the Anchors Away punch here. And let me just bring this to the front for just a second, just to show you one of the tips that I want to talk to you about. You've got this little line here, and if I wanted this to be behind everything, in the old world you had to right-click and send back, send back, send back. In our new My Digital Studio 2 world, you have this little icon with layers of paper, and when you hover over it, it says Manage Layers. So when I click on that, and then Layers, I'm going to see that the last thing that I worked with is the punch layer. I'm going to be able to drag that down, and I'm going to be able to place it exactly where I want it to be on this image here. So let me find my, work my way down here, punch, punch, ornament punch. So I want it to be behind the ornament punch, and now it is indeed behind the ornament punch. Same thing here. I Googled, I did a search for grass and found some images that looked the way I wanted it to be. And we can bring that to the front now, and I could also then manipulate it the same way, layers, stamp, and I can find the word window punch here, and I can drag it down to that, and again, now it will be back behind. Okay, try it again, Jen. Layers. Inspired by nature. I let go of it too soon. You got to hang on to it for just a second, and I want it below the word window punch. So now it should be below the word window punch. But I also then needed it behind the hat, so that's part of what happened there. Sorry about that. So we have the next one, and we're going to bring it in. It goes right behind. There's his hair that's starting. The little dots we're going to put on here to give him a couple cute little freckles. And then last, his mouth, the way that we did his mouth, we have a new option in My Digital Studio called Freeform. And I went ahead and I clicked on Add a Line. And then I went ahead and I just started with a wave. And then I just kind of started to work with the wave until it looked like a smile. And you can just grab these corners and you can just start to manipulate them a little bit and just kind of start to play with them till it looks the way that you want it to look. And you can just go ahead and do that, and you can kind of work with it. And then, of course, you can bring it in and make it a lot smaller. And that's, he can just really have a goofy kind of grin on his face there if you want. But it's just a way that you have of adding smiles or different shaped lines and things that we didn't have before. Another really cool option that is now available within My Digital Studio is this ability to group. We've always been able to group, but now I can save this group. So what I did was if you've already got something on the page and you want to save something new, you're going to hold down your Shift key, and now I'm just going to start clicking on every single image on this page. So I would just click everything on the page, make sure that I get the little marks around it. So everything that I really wanted to save, I'm just going to start grouping to make sure that I get them all. Okay? I would come up here, Arrange, and I would group them. So now this entire image is grouped. I'm going to right click on it, and down here it has Save Group. So you're going to click on Save Group. You're going to give it a name that you know you're going to remember. So I'm going to name it Punch Art Elf. What that's going to do is that's going to allow me to open up any new project and then I'm going to be able to insert import saved group. So now I'm going to save this punch art elf. I never have to recreate him ever again, and I'm going to be able to bring him back in. So I'll just come down here, look at the different things I've saved. I'm going to import that punch art elf to my project. So there's the second one, and here's the other thing that's really cool. I'm going to click on it now. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to ungroup, and I can ungroup the features because maybe I want to change the color of the brim, or I don't want a bell on this one, or I want to fix his goofy smile. But I can indeed bring it into a scrapbook page, a book, or whatever. It's going to save those images for me. And then just a couple other little time-saving tips. Once I created my elf, I started up with an 8.5 by 11. I was able then just to create all these pages you see across the bottom. These are the bottle tags that I made, and I simply divided my paper into 4 equal parts, created the first one, locked it down as a group, copy and pasted it 3 more times onto the page, ran it through a printer, punched the hole out from the top, and was able to hang it on our bottles. Here I just put a whole bunch of elves on a sheet of paper because we used them as the embellishment on the scrapbook page that you see in the post today. Here are the signs. It's trying to load all the tiny little elves. Here are the signs that I created, and again with the insert duplicate page, it was really easy just to change the text to good elves clean up after themselves, sign your stamps out, helper elves, whatever signs. This is also the image that I sent to Vistaprint for the large 2 banners that were hanging in the room. So that's how I did that as well. I exported it to JPEG, uploaded it into Vistaprint, and then they created the 2 very large banners that we had hanging in the room. Some of the other things then that I was able to do is, again, because I had this sheet, I just went ahead and did this Be Your Best Elf. It was just a little tag. We chose not to put strings through the tags because the girls were able to use them as scrapbook embellishments. But here again, you can see where I imported the elf. I just brought the group in, and then I reduced him down, created 1 tag, locked it down, copy and pasted it 9 more times so that I had a full sheet of these tags that I could then cut out. Same thing here. I went ahead and copy and pasted an elf over to this page, created the tag around him, locked it down, copy and pasted it 6 more times. The size of your tags, the size of the project you're working on is totally going to be dictated by what you want the finished project to be, and you have these handy rulers that are going to allow you to decide that, okay, I want this to be 4 by 5, I want it to be 2 by 3 or whatever, so what size you make it is going to be up to you. You're also then able to take your finished elf, and here I made him big enough to create that PDF that you're going to be able to download today. I also use them for iron-on transfers on our different projects and things like that. So let's just move that over here. And we're going to paste it. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Have it on here. I'm going to just grab this corner and I'm going to make it larger. And I have a single large elf that I was able to use as an iron-on transfer, anything else like that. For the other projects, I just simply made him smaller. Okay, so that import saved group, the freeform feature, the manage layers are going to be absolutely amazing for you in creating images one time only and then building a library of them for future projects and bringing them back. So have a lot of fun creating using the new My Digital Studio features and have a great day. Take care. God bless.